Good day, I'm Theodore Henry, and this is your JIS News for Thursday, January 7, 2021. Prime Minister Andrew Holness is asserting that no institution of the state should use or promote violence. In making the assertion, Mr. Holness says violence has become too much a part of the country's culture as a means of resolving conflict.
So the government has to be instrumental, deliberate and proactive in its message against violence. No institution of the state should use or promote violence. And that is why I have given clear policy direction to our security forces that we must use force without violence.
The Prime Minister was speaking at Wednesday's Heal the Family, Heal the Nation's National Day of Prayer service held at the Power of Faith Ministries in Portmore, St. Catherine. He also reiterated government's prohibition policy on corporal punishment and emphasized that gender-based violence should be dealt with urgently. Mr. Holness said the Violence Prevention Commission, chaired by Professor Maureen Sams-Vaughan, would be examining all aspects of violence and ways to address them to ensure lasting solutions in the country. The commission, which is now operational, will seek to conduct a continuing comprehensive review of all existing public and private violence prevention programs, as well as the strategies of the government.
The commission is now fully provisioned with staffing. They have their terms of reference and they are operating. They will be coming back to the government after a comprehensive review.
The National Day of Prayer service was hosted by the Power of Faith Ministries International and the Jamaica Umbrella Group of Churches under the theme, We Shall Be Victorious. The infrastructure to facilitate the production of digital birth certificates for Jamaicans is now 90% complete. This was disclosed by Warren Vernon, Program Director for the National Identification System, NIDS. He was responding to questions posed by members of the Joint Select Committee of Parliament on the NIDS legislation during its meeting on Tuesday. Mr. Vernon says the National Public Key Infrastructure (NPKI) project is expected to be completed by March, following the conclusion of certain processes. He says that with the NPKI in place, it is also expected that by March the project team should be in a position to launch Phase 1 of the initiative. This will involve allowing the public to go online and request a verified digital copy of their birth certificate. The National Public Key Infrastructure is part of the non-NIDS aspect of government's impending National Identification System, which seeks to create a unique, reliable, and secure way of verifying an individual's identity. The NPKI project will enable trusted electronic identities for people, services, and things, and make it possible to implement strong authentication, data encryption, and digital signatures based on a certifying authority. The National Land Agency, NLA, has launched an online platform for commissioned land surveyors to digitally submit their survey plans for examination and certification. It came online Monday and is applicable to survey plans with 10 or more lots. It will allow surveyors to monitor the status of their submissions, receive notification on the progress of their plans, and make the necessary corrections to the electronic version of their plans. The digital submission of survey plans and cadastral maps platform is expected to facilitate greater efficiency and use of resources. Senior Director of the Surveys and Mapping Division of the NLA, Dr. Glendon G. Newsom, says the platform will also aid in the build-out of a national digital cadastral map. Asserting that it is a game changer for the local surveying community, he says it will also facilitate a higher level of examination of plans, which should reduce discrepancies and ultimately an elimination of dual registration of properties. The Ministry of Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sport has gifted a bus to the Accompong Maroons to assist with transport challenges being faced by members of the historic community. Portfolio Minister Olivia Grange handed over the vehicle to the Colonel of the Accompong Town Maroons, Ferron Williams, on Monday. While expressing thanks for the gift, Colonel Williams said the bus would help Accompong to significantly cut costs. It will be used to transport members of the St. Elizabeth community, including performers and members of the leadership who have to attend important Maroon events across the island. The vehicle will also transport visitors on tours of the heritage-rich area and help to boost the economy of the community, particularly during special commemorations. And finally, the Child Protection and Family Services Agency, CPFSA, and the Ministry of Health are now taking steps to protect the wards at the Maxfield Park Children's Home after 12 caregivers were tested positive for COVID-19. Measures being implemented to protect those living and working at the facility include contact tracing and resensitizing staff on infection control measures and the need to maintain a COVID-free environment. The Maxfield Park Children's Home, located in Kingston, currently has 92 children and 80 caregivers. The public health team visited the facility in December and tested 74 caregivers and all the children. While none of the children returned positive results, 12 caregivers tested positive. They were all asymptomatic and have since been sent home to self-isolate, while arrangements have been made for the remaining caregivers to be tested. All exposed areas that were utilized by the positive staff members were sealed off and deep cleaning and sanitizing undertaken at the home. The Child Protection and Family Services Agency, which monitors the home, says it continues to work with the Health Ministry to follow all necessary protocols and procedures across all children's homes. These include temperature checks conducted 3 times daily, identification of isolation space, sanitization stations placed at strategic points, and the mandatory wearing of masks. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Theodore Henry. Thanks for watching.